heavier and with shorter hair, Ekaterina Szabo of Romania with the same confidence and the same flair.
And she begins with a full-in double back. Al, you know, even though she's not in the same form as she was during the '84 Olympics, it's impressive that Szabo has held on as one of the top competitors in the world for so long. Second tumbling run. 1.5 twist, step out to another 1.5 twist, punch front. She seems to have a confidence and an understanding that only comes with maturity and I guess experiencing all the emotional ups and downs that are inevitable in this sport.
She's 19 years old now, and she's added tremendously to her doll collection, I'm told, by visiting all the souvenir shops she could in Beijing.
This, by the way, is new music and a new routine for Szabo. Now she will need the endurance for her last tumbling run. Double back, and she nails it. She remains the veteran favorite of this sport.
Ekaterina Szabo of Romania, and you can hear again her supporters, as a matter of fact the supporters for the entire Romanian team, chanting from the upper deck and waving flags. Her score a 9.80. Good enough to move up beyond her fourth place standing? I don't think so. Now to the current leader after 2 rotations, Elena Shushanova of the Soviet Union.
And this mount never ceases to amaze me. Such incredible strength.
Very dramatic. Strongest big toes I've ever seen.
This is the most difficult event for Shushanova. Of course, this event is so precarious, you can understand why. And her difficulty is so great. Back handsprings right into 2 layouts. Talk about the importance of timing. Showing her scale now, right into a cartwheel.
Making the 4-inch beam look 3 feet wide.
It doesn't feel like that when you're on it. Here's her chin stand, shades of Olga Korbut. Concentration here is so important, as we've said many times, especially with everything going on around you. There's a half twist straddle down, showing originality. Split jump.
Her father's a taxi driver in the city of Leningrad. If you have the good fortune of visiting there one day, you might check the dashboard. I'm sure he has a picture of his little daughter sitting there.
And a round off double back. Her worries are out of the way. Excellent routine.
Certainly looked strong enough to keep her in the top spot, didn't it?
It absolutely did. Now here's that back handspring into 2 layouts. Shoulders and hips have to be square to the balance beam. Anything off, and boy, it's a 0.5 of a point deduction.
Remember, she's already had a perfect 10 on the vault, a 9.75 on the uneven bars, and there, of course, as you saw, 9.875 for Elena Shushanova. We switch to floor exercise now, where Daniela Silivas of Romania is set to perform. 2 events being performed simultaneously in the 4 rotations.
And Danielle has some of the greatest difficulty in the competition. Watch this opening run. Whip over, flip-flop, flip-flop, pull in, double back. And she did it all in 1 run.
A little hoedown.
Yes, I believe she got this music while visiting the United States.
She didn't get it from visiting West Germany, we can say that.
That's true. She enjoys folk music from all over the world, so I guess this would be considered American folk music, wouldn't it? Another difficult tumbling run coming up in Arabian. I showed you right at the beginning here. Right into a triple twist. Didn't quite get around there.
One of her top hobbies is bicycling. She's in the right city for that.
If Danielle were to make some improvement, it probably would be in her upper body expression. She has all the tumbling moves, but I know that that's one area that she could improve. Just a little more grace and a little more expression.
Don't you think crowds have always been partial to little gymnasts in ponytails?
That certainly seems to be the way it is when you look back at Olga and Mary Lou. Although Nadia wasn't so small. A full-in double back to end her routine.
Daniela Silivas of Romania in second place after 2 rotations. Here's another look.
Here's her Arabian. She steps out right into a triple twist, and you'll see at the end of this, she doesn't quite get around. She has to kind of fake it, but no big deduction.
And a score of 9.85 should keep her in second place. Oh, you're going to love this. It's really great. We discovered in Beijing few people had ever seen an instant camera. Its future in China was confirmed by their fascination with it that developed as quickly as the pictures themselves. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Does this person look familiar to you?
就给吃的知道呀。哟，你看这谁呀？
There you are. And this is you. Look, this is you. And that's you. Is that great?
这是你了，对不对？中间是他，中间是雷雷。
Enjoy that. Okay, bye-bye.
再见了。
Bye-bye. Bye. Here you go. Go ahead. Now let me see. Please. Very good. Picture. How is it? Exactly. That's what I was saying before. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Very good. Bye-bye. A scene never to be forgotten. Back to the competition now. To wrap up the third rotation is Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union. Different music to start things off as she tries to hold on to her third place standing.
Possibly the most unusual music and choreography combination I have ever heard. She starts with a full-in double back. Ooh, a little low on that. Almost took a nosedive there. At the World Championships, she took the gold medal. She awed the audiences and the judges, obviously. And here's that combination tumbling run that is so impressive. Watch this, Al. Triple twist, front flip, and it's actually a double run act when you think about it.
Kathy, is that reversal of direction that happens so quickly difficult to learn, or is it easier than it looks?
It's hard to keep the momentum and the timing right. That takes an incredible amount of power, and if you're off slightly, it's difficult to regain it.
You're watching one of the top 2-3 women in the world at any given moment. Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union.
Interesting reaction of this crowd. They're very quiet. Double pike, low once again. She just seems to be a little bit out of sync with the movement and the music.
She shared the gold with her partner Shushinova at the World Championships, and we're wondering whether they will share something again here in Beijing at the World Cup of Gymnastics.
Al, you asked me if it was difficult to reverse the momentum on this combination tumbling run. Well, I'll point it out right here where the little extra effort has to be made, right there. That round off going into the back handspring. This has been such an impressive new style in women's gymnastics on the floor exercise, this combination tumbling.
9.85 for little Oksana Omelianchik. And I'll tell you, life in China is changing faster than the standings. The third rotation has changed little. It is Shushinova, Silivas, Omelianchik, and Szabo.
Still to come, ABC's Wide World of Sports 1986 Athlete of the Year. We'll be back after this.
This gymnast in the world, Elena Shushinova of the Soviet Union, getting set to perform her final event in this all-around championship at the World Cup of Gymnastics.
She has to be fairly confident about the all-around at this time. This is her best event, and she opens with a double layout. first seen at the '84 Olympics by Mary Lou Retton.
Kathy, I'll tell you, the people of Beijing have really been treated to some great gymnastics. When the best men in the world assembled here in August, we were able to provide for the first time a sporting event on the same day via satellite to the United States. And that was an exciting day and another milestone for ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Shushanova's second tumbling run is a 1.5 side Arabian. And watch this, she continues into the second run now. Shades Bo Miljanczyk. That hurts. It really doesn't. The timing is just right. She really hits with her hands and her legs first before her stomach even touches the mat.
To the people in the stands, that's such a subtle move, but you know the judges are looking at it.
Oh, they look for that originality, and Shushanova really has it in all her tumbling and in her dance. And here's her last tumbling run, a double back. Does it with seemingly no effort, but I think we know better.
And Elena Shushanova may have just locked up the gold medal for herself.
Let's take another look at that belly flop. Round off. Her hands hit first, then her thighs and her toes, and it really doesn't hurt at all, although if you're not in the kind of shape she's in, it might hurt a little bit.
9.975. The final medal standing then in this, the 7th World Cup. Shushanova the gold. Silivas of Romania splitting up those two Soviet gymnasts for the silver. Miljanczyk the bronze. And Ekaterina Szabo, no medal here today. And so from this ever-changing land of China and the Great Wall, I'm Al Troutwig for Kathy Rigby-McCoy.
Continuing a tradition that...
Diminutive mile runner from North Carolina was the first. Since then, we've honored people like the swimmer, Don Scholander, the little girl with the crooked smile and the straightforward talent, gymnast Olga Corbett. Last year, it was Charlie Hustle himself, Pete Rose of the Cincinnati Reds. And now, we honor a young woman whose greatest achievement may still lie ahead, world figure skating champion Debbie Thomas, our Athlete of the Year.
Olga Corbett. She burst onto the scene and into our hearts at the Munich Olympics in 1972. She dazzled us with novel maneuvers.
To more than 1 billion Chinese, these letters translate to Northern Capital. It means Beijing, a place shaped in all ways by dynasties of the past, now playing host to performers who have a dynasty of the present. The stars of this dynasty are not Genghis Khan, Sun Yat-sen, Mao Zedong, or the artistic trademarks of their time left behind, but Shushanova, Miljanczyk, and the other female gymnasts who are now the artistic trademarks in their sport. You'll see them today in the World Cup of Gymnastics from Beijing, China, on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety.
Genuine article, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Wendy's, home of hot and juicy hamburgers. And by Chrysler Plymouth, we're working together to be the best.